would you date somebody that your friend has dated?
Yeah.
That's not a violation.
Like date or like just
date.
Oh look.
Like y'all go together. Y'all go together. Not you just smash.
I feel like sometimes people are vessels, and everything is not, every gift is not wrapped up in a bow. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it happens like that.
I'm just
you know
tell
what
you, I go with all y'all baby
every
fathers.
gift is not wrapped in a bow.
Like even when people be like, oh man, people be breaking up happy homes or like cheating. I said, y'all think every healthy relationship stems from one single person who wasn't dating each other and they.
No, the bottom line is nobody's breaking up a happy home with the people inside the happy home.
You gave me that advice.
Alicia Keys broke up a happy home.
No, she didn't.
She did?
No, she didn't.
And maybe it wasn't
The
a happy
street said
home, but
him
it
and
was a home.
Mashonda was already over, but she didn't break up anything. The only people that can break up a home is the people in the home. Can't nobody outside. I'm
That's
sorry.
true.
If
I
a
don't
nigga
agree with
tell every bitch no, nobody's breaking up the home. But if he's saying yes, that's you. Like at the end of the day, you're in the home.
Two people can't break up a home?
No, I'm talking. No, I'm saying nobody but the people inside the home can break up the home because if he did
Mashonda
not,
had nothing to do with that.
No, I didn't say both of them.
Oh.
He was in the home with Mashonda. He's the party who
And
broke
who-
up the home.
and-
Not Alicia Keys. Him.
Yeah.
And who was this co-defendant?
He don't got no Cody. At the end of the day, that's on
Alicia.
him. No, it's
It
no
takes
code.
two to tango.
Yeah, but it takes one person inside a relationship to make a choice.
Who initiated that?
It don't matter.
So
who
you're
initiated
saying,
it.
all
If
right.
she could go smack him every day. If you solid and you like
say
nah,
no.
it's never going to
Gotcha.
happen. The
So you
minute
never blame the person that knows someone is in a committed relationship under God, the oath of God. You never blame them?
Whoa.
Not really.
Whoa.
Not-
What is a committed relationship under the oath of God? That's marriage.
Marriage.
Yeah, that's
the
what
fuck
he
I'm
was.
talking
That's what
about.
he
Okay,
meant.
but I'm not talking about marriage.
Well,
None
no,
of us
he
have
was
been
talking-
married.
He was
we-
talking about
No,
Alicia
we
Keys
talking about-
and
yeah.
But
Oh,
him and
we
Mashonda.
left you 20 seconds ago.
Swiss Beats and Mashonda was married, but I've heard 3 different versions of that story.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's valid because let him tell it. Their marriage was already over. Let her tell it. They was happy.
I
So you
understand
never
that.
know.
But if you got a husband and then I know he wilding out, but Shorty knows the whole story, you're not going to fall her at all?
No, she don't owe me nothing. You don't owe me anything. People be wanting more loyalty from a stranger than a person they in a relationship
We
with.
owe each other. That's the thing.
She don't owe me nothing.
Okay.
I'm never expecting her to put me above herself. That's the logic. She's gonna go for
that's
self.
true.
She sees something she wants. She gonna
I
go
agree.
after it. I'm never expecting her to respect me more than she respects what she wants. What she seeing, what she wants.
Yeah.
I'm expecting him to respect me because he made the promises. At the end of the day,
Can I
if you
reach real
told that
fast?
hoe no, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Yeah, sure.
So you don't owe people just like
Stretch
common
first.
courtesy?
Stretch first.
I mean, it sounds good, but the reality is people are going to go for self
It's
first.
a dog eat dog out here.
If you
So if
apply
I go
for a
kill-
job
so
and
if
I
I go
apply for
kill
the same
somebody-
job, no,
No,
that, come on, you done tore your rotator cuff now.
Told you I was about to reach.
Yeah, you tore your
Don't
rotator
seem.
Right, you the E Honda the joint. My thing is this: it's like if it's a job available, you applying for it, and made the best pussy win. That's how bitches be carrying it.
But how have you done that?
What?
Is that how you carry it?
Go bag
do
somebody.
You, yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't want. My thing is, why would I want you? I'm not dating for leisure these days. So it's like, okay, if you would cheat with me, you'll cheat on me. So I don't.
Man,
I'm not
y'all,
even about to.
if you leave the Wegmans and you in front of me and I see you drop $200, I owe you that courtesy to tell you that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
10 times out of 9, you probably okay. So if
No.
you ever find money on the ground, turn it into the police.
That's my blessing from God.
No, I don't know.
Turn it
I
into
didn't know
the
he
police.
dropped that. I'm talking about
No,
if I see you
but see,
drop.
that's the thing.
okay,
You know,
okay.
somebody dropped it though. So turn it into the police, Hoffa. Nah. At the end of the day, I'm never going to expect some bitch who doesn't. Now, if it's my friend, that's
Yeah,
different
that's
because we
different.
have a
Yeah, yeah.
relationship, and that's when we have a dynamic. But you
Why
don't
she
know
owe
me
you?
because that's the dynamics of friendship. Like if I'm friends with you, there's a mutual respect.
Friends
between
don't
the two
betray
of us.
friends, right?
So exactly. So I feel like
I
if
agree.
you don't know me, you don't owe me.
So
He
that's
owe
saying
me.
no-
Oh, in the
I
comments. So no one owes you anything just because they are not friends with you.
All right,
No,
so-
you're not owed. It sounds good.
So
the
question,
concept is
hold
nice,
on,
but
'cause
nobody owes you nothing.
I
Thank you.
think I got a
Bring this
really
up,
good
please.
point.
Go ahead, please make it.
Wait,
Do
hold it.
white people owe us?
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah, because they
Nigga.
real life like.
Are you
come on.
kidding me?
No,
They-
so
they-
I'm asking
they
because
break-
Hoffa asked. He was like, does she owe? Why does she owe her anything?
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
It's
because
funny
they.
that you
I
say
tell you,
that.
hold on, I can tell you because they raped our women, made all these light skinned babies. They
we built
raped
this
us,
coun-
they
we
killed
built
us.
this
I can go on
country.
this for this. This they owe us for.
They still benefit off of that.
I'm
Because
trying to find
we-
out the correlation
we
you're
built this-
talking about.
Right.
So I'm trying
because
to-
we built this country.
So what? So with all that being said, what does that woman owe Yada?
What does she owe me?
Just
to be
common
like, no,
courtesy.
you're
We don't
somebody
get common
else.
courtesy from white people.
But
I
we,
just-
but we, but,
And that's why
but
you
now
blowing
the
their
point-
shit up.
But don't we deserve it?
This is my thing.
Gotcha.
But who are you to gauge whether you deserve? Maybe I'm a shitty person. Maybe I don't deserve common courtesy. You don't know that. But my thing
No,
is,
if I hit someone's
don't
car,
feel
I'm gonna leave, and then they're not around. I'm gonna leave my.
So that's
No, you're not.
But so
You
so
can write a
that's-
note like note.
Somebody
Somebody's
left
watching.
a Hershey's
note.
bar on somebody's windshield when that shit happened. That is hilarious.
just-
But try not to talk over
That's me.
for the audio.
No, because
my
if
bad.
that's the case, it's like, man, I'm a businessman. I could get over on plenty of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I owe them. I can say, well, I don't owe y'all. Like somebody said, I was talking about the sangria, right? Shameless plug. But I put
Thank
all
sangrias.
I put all liquor in there. I know other people who use rail, this and that, do like $25, $30, you know, charging this stuff. I owe y'all that because y'all are helping me out and y'all benefit. This is just how I view it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to get over y'all, I might get y'all once, but I'm not going to get y'all the second time. I'm
Right.
not going to get you the third time, fourth time. So I make sure, hey, shit, I'm going to deliver these cold. They're going to be fresh. I'm going to deliver them to your house.
I
Wherever
don't
you
feel
at.
like that's. I don't feel like that. I feel
But
like
I can say I can get over.
I feel like that's apples and oranges, though.
No, I
That's-
don't
that's
think
like,
so.
okay, yeah.
I
So you
think
having a
people say
pool,
apple, oranges
somebody
when
having a
it's-
pool party. You know what I'm saying? August 23rd, and you going and you having your pool party August 23rd. Are you gonna be like, you know what? When you having yours, I'm gonna let you rock. And no, you're not gonna change.
I've done that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have.
well, more
So-
power to
I've
you.
done
Can I
that.
say something?
It's not out of courtesy. It's out of you not having to split that crowd.
But see,
No,
courtesy.
no, because hold on. We don't split
Yeah,
crowd with
yeah,
nobody.
yeah.
But see,
yeah.
courtesy is different. It varies by the person. You know what I'm saying? Just like character does. What you're speaking of is a person of character that would of good character, not poor character, that will consider other people around them. Everybody's not like that, and so that's why when it comes to that the question that we have at hand, like, would you date somebody's friend or something like that? It varies by the person, and then
Facts.
and how you move with that.
Yeah, but in order for you not to set yourself up for failure, why would I have high expectations for you and your character and I don't even know you? So no,
Well,
I'm not
that's
going
why-
to, feel like, oh, well, how could you do this to me, girl, that I never met before? No,
I
I'm
agree
going
with
to fight
you.
my nigga because at the end of
So
the
you're-
day, you
As
should have
you
told that
should.
hoe
We're
no.
two different people because, and I agree. Someone has to earn your trust, right?
No, I come in
Oh.
trusting until you prove me otherwise.
It's like having a job.
Same thing.
So where do you
like having a
differ?
job.
You're saying the people that the other outside person that don't know you does owe you a certain level of respect to say something, and you're saying it's all on the person that you're in a relationship.
Yeah, I'm
with
saying
to
I'm not
say.
expecting them to respect me or
I
to
agree
put
with y'all with that,
to put
yeah.
their own personal desires aside for what's best for me.
So when we
Please.
say protect black women, I'm sure y'all gonna say this is different because this is what women do. I don't owe you respect because you're my black sister.
You don't owe it. It would be great that you do. I don't think
No,
that you owe.
I owe.
No, I don't think
we
you
owe women
owe-
everything,
Well, we
and
owe
that's not
each
even
other.
no for no like no
if you-
seriously.
Not
I owe-
all.
I don't. Okay, so I would say that we just owe each other, period, and generally speaking, as a black race, to do right by one another.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
Well, I do agree with that to a
What if
certain
she ain't
extent,
black?
but then that's
we're
different.
talking about my black sisters first.
No, but I'm
Remember,
saying, so what if she
But
ain't
that's-
black? Does
But we
that
talking about
change?
black.
But does
No,
that change the
I-
game?
But
I owe-
values differ, but by the person, values differ. I agree that, but I can't hold everybody to that standard. Some people are just grimy people by nature, I guess.
But if
I'm
you expect
holding-
less from people, what do you think you're going to get from them?
Exactly what I expected, or a pleasant surprise,
Yeah.
or a pleasant surprise. I'm not gonna set myself up for failure. At
It's
the end of the
like-
day,
So you feel like you don't owe nobody nothing if they not your
okay,
friend or
hold
your
on. Let
family.
Dave say
no,
that-
I'm not applying it to myself because I move how I move. I'm not. I don't set that expectation
Expectation,
for
right.
people to
Didn't
just.
y'all get on me about expectations? Didn't y'all get on me
Oh,
about
dating.
that?
We talking about dating. What the fuck?
Sorry.
Are we
Right.
not? Are we not talking
I
about that
don't
with the black
set
women? Go
that
ahead,
So,
Dave.
expectation.
say for example, you in a relationship and the woman is the side bitch or whatever. You can't get mad at her. You get mad at your nigga because
sure.
he stepped out.
Right.
That's basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah, if I
Yeah.
whoop her, it's
Exactly,
not gonna
yeah.
be because you owe me anything. If I whoop you, it's gonna be because I can't beat him up and somebody has to get it. It has nothing.
I understand that
like,
too.
That's really
Yeah,
what it
I
is.
get
If I fought a girl because you was messing with my dude, you knew we was together. It's not really because I'm
No
like, oh my
one's
god,
gonna
you
view it
owe
that way.
you. I don't care what people view. I know what it is. I don't care what other people think.
Or
At the
you
end
could
of the
just not
day,
whip anybody,
I'm gonna
though.
dog you because I can't beat him up.
No,
That's
but
what it
see,
boils down to.
It's on the man because he knows right from wrong in his relationship. Why are you stepping out?
He made the promises.
Exactly,
If you're gonna change the conditions under which we got together, you need to speak up on it. You can make an addendum
So-
to this contract.
So
or
by
I'm
y'all,
gonna hold you to the promises that you made.
if I'm not friends with a nigga, but I follow him on the timeline, I can go smack at his wife.
Why not? You're not
No,
a friend.
at his
Sorry.
ex, not his
No,
wife.
no, hold on. Now
You
so
wrong for
stop
going smack
moving
at
the
somebody.
goalposts.
No, you
We are
wrong for
talking
going
about-
smack at somebody's wife. But at the same time, because but at the same time, you don't owe him anything. So if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm not expecting you to put some random follow on the timelines, anything above your own personal desires. I'm not expecting you to. If you
So why
do
is
that,
it wrong if I don't own something? How can it be wrong?
Because it's adultery. That's why it's wrong.
It's not adultery for me because I didn't make the commitment.
Then it's fornication, nigga.
So it's bought on the wife,
It's
not me,
still
right?
her
Y'all
fault.
just said that.
Look, I'm not moving the goalposts.
Okay.
It's still her fault. His beef need to be with her. You don't owe him as a stranger anything. But if as a decent human being, yeah, you shouldn't pursue people who are already in relationships.
But why not if I don't owe them anything?
Because they're already in relationships. Like,
y'all arguing in circles at this point. Y'all gonna agree to disagree on this?
You just mad because you ain't getting no talk time. Go ahead and start.
We are pretty much halfway into the show right now.
Oh, we didn't start the show?
No, this is the fucking intro right
I mean,
here.
don't get me wrong, it counts.
man, check the comments.
Nobody's coming right now.
Oh, wow.
What's good, everybody? I am Sabre,
I'm Sean.
I'm Yada.
I'm Dave.
and this is No
No
Disclaimers
Disclaimers
Podcast,
Podcast.
baby, the best show in the DMV. What's up, y'all out there listening and watching?
Come on, City Girls.
They are some beautiful queens right there.
Hey, look, that
I
album
love them.
is fire.
This song crank.
That
Y'all
album
gonna
is
add this to my
fire.
playlist?
Yes, you do.
Oh, baby on here?
Yeah. He
Oh,
came
that album
first.
is fire, young. My sis said broke niggas don't deserve no pussy. Okay.
We still getting it.
Oh, but when I say it,
You're not a city girl.
You're not a city girl.
You're a
I'm definitely not
suburban
a-
girl.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not a city
You're
girl.
an Uncle
I'm not about
Marlboro
that life.
honey.
Is she the one that got with the baby?
Yeah, Miami, yeah.
Yeah. No, ma'am, yeah.
The one who was who got like been here as another jump pregnant at the same time?
Did he?
Yeah,
I don't-
I know her. I think her child's father just got smoked or some shit like that.
Which
Wow.
one? This her son?
Yeah.
Well, in honor of this song, I just want to, first of all, let me thank Dave for this request. And yes, I'm putting you out there. And secondly,
Smart nigga.
I love
Yeah,
that.
play that Yachty.
I want to get flued out, okay? It's the summer, in the middle of the summer.
You gonna
Okay.
get with
Corona.
the flu.
Um,
You gonna get flued out already.
Get flued out.
I don't get,
You better be fucking
listen,
if you're gonna get flown out.
you gotta fuck.
Yes.
That's a fucking rule. That is
Nah.
the rule.
See, now you tripping because you agreed last time.
That's
Yeah.
the fucking rule. Hey,
Don't
But not right now,
Hey.
it's not convenient for me right
I'm
now.
in
Nobody
Cali.
take me on no motherfucking
Yeah.
tropical ass vacation.
Yeah.
I
ain't
pay
busting
for
down.
you to go somewhere. You are not only fucking, you are sucking.
we got lay in the same bed. What you think gonna happen?
That ain't no problem.
We
just
gotta
gonna
lay in
watch
the
TV?
same.
Yeah.
First of all, they
Ain't no
do double
problem.
beds.
Protect our black women by being upfront what you want
First of all-
before you
Absolutely.
pay for the ticket.
It's a
Yes.
given. That ain't no problem.
Yeah.
First of all, when it comes to but when y'all said that earlier, I wanted to say something about that. When it comes to protecting black women, I was one of the people that had an issue with that so-called like semi-movement in the midst of the Black Lives Matter or the Black Revolution, current Black Revolution that we're having right now. I think that's a deflection. I think that of course we should protect black women, but black men are getting lynched every other day. Like you're finding like nooses and literal men and women being hung from trees. So why are we why are they trying to divert the energy to focus on protecting black women? I understand that young lady who was killed
Yeah, it was-
allegedly by that. Well, the man admitted
Tennessee.
to it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Tennessee, and I don't know much about that situation other than it shouldn't have happened. And he was dead wrong for that, and he should be punished accordingly. That's not your everyday situation, and that's not your everyday black man. So I hate that this burden is put on black men only right now while we're trying to get simple rights for black people in general. They always use that bait and switch, like, oh, let's switch it into a gender issue, or let's switch it into a sexuality issue, and all that. We have to get simple black rights as far as that's like that. All Black Lives Matter, nigga.
Right.
We weren't.
It's black. It doesn't matter if it's all or like
I'm
you're
a
still
little
black.
I'm a little bit on the fence only because I'm learning a lot of new stuff like about a lot of black women who've been murdered by police or in these same situations, stories I've never even heard. And they don't get the same coverage. So I can understand women feel like, dang, y'all just be sweeping the black woman under the rug. Like this is happening to us too. Maybe not at the same rate as the black man. But to hear about some cases where these black women are getting killed, black pregnant women are getting killed by police.
Getting thrown
like,
in dumpsters
you know what I'm
and
saying?
shit.
Like that bothers me because I'm like, I never heard this. Where was the coverage for this like it is for some of these men? And I don't, it doesn't cause a divide with me. But I
Yeah.
also feel like, you know, I get it. Black women have been saying black men need to protect black women.
Yeah.
That's not nothing new. I've been hearing that that for a long time, and I do agree. But for some reason, the reason why it's such a uproar to me right now is because some dudes are arguing against it. Like, protect y'all, but what about what y'all be, sir?
Yeah, I don't.
Two things can be true.
I don't see that. Every time I go out with a black man, I feel protected.
That's because you're surrounded by some real niggas.
But I can't be the only one. You know what I'm saying?
We just watched a black woman get thrown in the dumpster, so I feel like it's safe.
By the way, that
it's
shit
safe.
was not cool.
I don't care. I don't care
No
what
matter
her.
what
I don't
hood
care
you
what.
from.
What I don't exactly. It's nothing that justifies that to me.
Pussies.
So for me, I feel like it's subjective because look who we surround ourselves with. We know we good. I'm never out with a black man that I know and don't feel safe and protected. But every woman doesn't have it like that. And that's a sad reality. But I do understand what you're saying. Now is really not the time to cause any type of divides between us because we need the power in numbers. So you're absolutely right in that aspect. Now is not the time, but I do understand where some people are coming from. Yeah, some people bandwagon. But
don't divert the energy. Right now, we don't have simple rights as far as black people. Once we get that, then we can go and then talk about, okay, what the men need to do, what the women need to do, because we both have roles in order to make this thing go as efficient as it should. So I'm not going to separate it out the gate because they always use that divide and conquer on us, and it always works. And we got to
not always.
A vast majority of times
it has always worked. It has always worked.
Yeah, because I'm on like Malcolm and Martin. They had two different opposing theories of what black people needed, but it was for the same cause. Like they both wanted the same thing. It was Malcolm said fuck it, we needed violence, and Martin was for the peace. But at the end of the day, they both wanted black people to have rights, to be
prosper,
free,
and actually be treated as equal human beings.
But the problem is it don't be the majority. But it gets noticed. It's just like when you start breaking it down by genders and sexual orientations and identities and stuff like that. Like, when I hear Black Lives Matter, I don't hear any segments of black. It's black. Like, you're a black life before you're transgender. You're black life before you're a woman, a man, or whatever. That if you're black life, you're covered under that umbrella. But some people, it's a couple of little seeds here and there who make disparaging comments, and then that's what sparks all of that. And because it's controversial, it gets picked up, and then it becomes a distraction.
But do you know why people who start to put in those sexuality diversions in the mix, why they're put there? Because if you make it into an LGBT thing, white people benefit off those things. So when they're getting money for this and money for that, they're also included. White LGBT can funnel that money through. And by the way, people should be very careful on who they're donated to when they're trying to donate for the cause of Black Lives Matter, because there are a lot of organizations that are white ran. And I spoke about this weeks ago as far as the Minnesota Freedom Fund. When people were saying, I was looking for something to donate to for people bailing people out, and someone said, oh yeah, they got the Minnesota Freedom Fund when the George Floyd thing first started. So I said, okay, before I send any money, let me go look this up. All of their board of directors, the creator, all the beneficiaries were white people, white men and white women. And they had a token, black woman at the bottom of the screen that did something that really didn't have no power. But I'm like, I'm not giving my money to this. And that's why I made a video talking about that on my Instagram. And
I feel like it should be common sense, too. Like, look into where you giving your money.
People don't do it.
Be the same people that don't want to give your 67 cents to feed the children when you at Panda Express.
Or to buy a $3 app.
But you donate to this random ass fund that you never looked at.
But also, I think like some people are just lazy and they feel like, hey, I am doing my
sounds good. So yeah,
I'm doing my part. I did donate because I can't fault those people, because there's some people who don't donate shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like people don't know there's two different BLMs.
You gotta,
know what I'm saying?
That's why you gotta do your research. You gotta.
You think Black Lives Matter? You say, I'm gonna donate it to that. I'm
covered.
all for that. You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to Bobby's World 87. She said, but we should feel safe all the time around all black men. That's what's needed. Well, I will say this. That is true. And in a fairy tale world, that will be the case.
Y'all feel safe around us, right?
Absolutely.
Don't laugh. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like if anything goes down, that we will be fine. We will be protected. We wouldn't have to do anything. We wouldn't have to deal with anything. But speaking to the viewer, on Instagram, That's in a perfect world. All white women are not protecting around white men. You know what I'm saying? All other races are not. People are going to be people at the end of the day, and people are flawed. So I'm not going to hold black men up to this supernatural standard that some people may have mental illness. Some people may have other things in their background that make them a certain way. And I'm not excusing that, but I'm saying it's no way that if 100% of the men that we're not protected by 100% of the men that we should shit on our men.
This is where I fault black men, and because we're not organized. You gotta think when you're in a relationship, who get the trip together?
This nigga.
No, sir. Hear me out. I'm going somewhere with this. So I think a lot of black men protect black women, physically and stuff like that. But like the Breonna Taylors, we think about the Corrine Gaines, like a lot of these women, like you see the women marching. Why can't a man organize an all men march for women rights, opposed to, or like you might not see the men join the women down in the march. So maybe not protect women like physically, because when you out, I feel like any man that you're around, a woman has a good, kind of like
gauge.
Gauge if they're solid. Now you're not going to go out with the black man if you don't feel like protected. But I feel like as far as like rights and like basically like you see it now with the Breonna Taylor, like the cops still have not been arrested, and you see men and women like we're not going to let this go until they are.
But. And shout out to her boyfriend. He was protecting her. He got his gun and shot back at the people who shot his woman.
I'm mad that people don't be
broke into his fucking house.
Why is that not like, you know what I'm saying, put up on a pedestal? Because he was protecting that black woman. But this is like, oh, okay, yeah, he should be out, blah, 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 protect black women. Like, he was, literally. And, thanks to the black community, he's now free. Shout out to Judge Olu Stevens, and he is home with his family. But yeah, like, he protected that woman. And but to your point, why a lot of black men are probably not out marching for black or for women's rights is because they are not invested in the best interest of all women. It's just black women. And right now, black people, period, don't have simple rights as human beings.
That's a good point.
So we should not be separating by gender if the men are still getting, killed with impunity. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we should be focused on black people as a collective, regardless of your gender, regardless of your sexuality, because we need rights. And then
we all benefit from that.
Once we get to a certain place, then we can analyze, by gender or sexuality, who's not being taken care of.
Let's lock down the rights first, and then we can work out all the intimate details after the fact. Exactly. But we need those basic human rights first. Gotcha. And I definitely agree with that. I think that
she made good points.
Yeah, we don't, and I said that to someone because someone was like, Black Lives Matter and Black Trans Lives Matter, and I was like, can we just not be divisive? Like, I don't really feel like the distinction was necessary.
Right.
But only women can say that, because as soon as the men say that, they're like, oh, now...
Oh yeah, you're transphobic, you're homophobic.
But see,
that's why.
Because
that's
you
just
can
a blanket statement.
but you cannot multi-focus, and we trying to fight 10 different wars at once.
That's a blanket statement for people who really just don't want to accept who just want to argue. In my opinion, so I really don't give that any energy, because I feel like that whole you can't do nothing. Like women can go smack at men about whatever, but when the man responds, oh, you're attacking her and you're misogynist, it's
or
like,
you
no,
hate black women.
Yeah, it's like y'all think that y'all can do what you want to do without consequence, and I don't think that that's fair, to me.
You know what I hate? When women try to protect women, but they end up like disrespecting women. Like people were like, oh, you wouldn't let somebody say that about your ugly ass mother. Now you disrespected.
Right, now you done disrespected a mother in the process of defending women. Like, make it make sense.
You're talking behind your friend's back. You fucking
you're wearing the clothes that you haven't returned. You said you would give them back Sunday. That was 2 weeks ago.
Right, like
it's been 3 Sundays.
Give her back her CVS leggings. You shouldn't even be sharing those.
Hey Slim, you are out of pocket. But no, that's facts. I feel like there needs to be some solidarity. Now is really the time for there to be like the utmost in solidarity.
How can we fight them when we fight each other? Just sitting back laughing.
Because all that does is funnel and fuel that whole black on black crime narrative and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, look, y'all ain't even doing this with y'all selves, but y'all expect, I don't care. Look, what happens in my house is what's in my house. But when I step out in them streets, nah, like it's different. That's just like I could fight my sister every day of the week, but let me go outside, somebody try to pull up on me. Oh no, she's not having it. There's a difference. So it's like people have to understand that our issues can be in house, but we need to show solidarity on the front line.
Speaking of solidarity, I've been like going back and forth in my mind about this all weekend about how if coons should be reformed, right?
Is there like a school for that, or like?
So look, Gilbert Arenas, you know, and we are in the DMV right now. So if you're not from here, you know, Gilbert Arenas, he's a big
play for the
figure
Wizards,
here. You know, he used to play for the Wizards.
Niggas know who
for a
Gilbert
long
Arenas
time.
is.
But we used to rock with him though. We used to rock with him.
He was a dog.
Yeah. So he
Small machine.
apologized to actress Lupita Nyong'o about the comments that the colorist comments that he previously made, saying that she isn't pretty, and you know he always makes disparaging comments about dark skinned women, even though he's a dark skinned man. So I wonder what his mother did to him. I don't know, but you know I'm going to pray for that brother. But anyway, well maybe not. But anyway, so he said basically, we can't come together as a race until idiots of the race rights their wrongs. My name is Gilbert, and I was an idiot for attacking one of our queens for no reason. He added Lupita. I'm truly sorry for my coon behavior. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. So, but hashtag Black Excellence. Should we reform the coons who've done, you know, things in the past, who just shown like coon behavior as far as disparaging our women and just in general, even if it's our men, because those are, when you have a certain following and a certain name for yourself, those things can actually be a big hit on the community. So
Right.
should we forgive him? Like, do we
I say
forgive
we should.
coons?
So
I
question.
think we can.
He old. No,
If
he's too old.
he is, but if you made a mistake, would you want a second chance?
Of course. Okay, so hold on. But this is where I go for. All right, do those little boys who put that girl in the dumpster?
That was not a mistake.
That wasn't a mistake.
That wasn't. He was
fucking
very
calling her
conscious.
ugly.
He was very conscious of what he was doing.
But we also, but this is the thing, we can't sit,
He's always like that. That's
we
not a
can't-
mistake.
But we can't sit in him and haw about how people are brainwashed and people grow up and they feed into this colorism because it's been something that's been ingrained or drilled in them. And come on, we talk about this, the imagery. Oh, the only light skinned long haired girls in the videos and how they don't put the dark skinned women in there. We can't talk about how all these elements contribute to that mind state and then be surprised when someone makes a comment like that. It doesn't make it right, but it's like we see what leads to that mind state, but I can't tell somebody, oh nah, you wild for trying to correct yourself. Like, I mean, any teaching moment, I mean, you got to own that for what it is.
I agree with that. How do we pick and choose who we should forgive and who we shouldn't? Ain't none of us God, because like, all right, I don't
your
forgive.
own personal preference.
I don't forgive. Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't forgive that nigga who smacked that lady with a
Oh nah.
skateboard. Like,
Oh yeah.
he's
that.
no, that's unforgivable.
Yeah.
But what them dudes did to the girls, they were young, stupid, retarded motherfuckers. But also, I don't think it's the same. Like it's like levels. He talks like that all the time. You look
All
who
the time.
his wife is. Look how his kids are. That wasn't a mistake.
They-
And
But
then
I-
those
about
little
children.
niggas were they were young. What, Gilbert 40?
But but that's the thing is it's also how you define mistakes. So for you, like, so for somebody to be stuck in a mind state for however long and they come out of that, like, you know what, I've been living wrong this whole time. Like, wow, I really was like, sometimes it takes you to have those moments of reflection and sometimes it's not instant. So it's not for me
But
to
if you
tell
like that, you got to be across the board, because when white people realize that, oh, I make mistakes, you want to say, oh no, you should have knew.
Yeah.
No, that's how it is. As soon as
Hold on. If you are an extreme racist, there's no coming back from that. But if you
but black people can't be racist, so we're excluding everybody.
But see, this is my thing. I feel like at the same time, though, there are some white people who are having their awakening. Like, you know what? Wow, like this shit has really been like my parents' really put this shit in me, and I've been following this blindly for so long. And I was like, you're really seeing. Sometimes it takes you to be exposed to this type of stuff. Where you seeing somebody get their neck kneeled on and be murdered on camera, and it's like, wow, like this is really what y'all really. It's like sometimes you have to interact with that one person who really puts something in perspective for you. Sometimes you can be blindly ignorant to a lot of stuff,
So,
even though it's right there and people are telling
what's
you.
the difference between Gilbert and Drew Brees?
Who?
One is
Drew Brees.
black and one is white, and we're gonna always give more leniency to our brothers than we will a white man. But I will say this though, only because y'all ain't let me say that. Only because Gilbert.
I know the title of the show, so Brady didn't get enough talk time.
You're not on man time right now. No, but Gilbert is a repeat offender. This nigga talks disparaging. As a dark skinned woman, I never take that shit really personal. I'm never really offended by that. Maybe because I have beauty privilege. I don't know. You feel me?
So,
what do you have to say?
Oh no, I got a question. So if another black man said, "I don't think that you're pretty," is that like his personal preference? Is that
It's his preference, and I wouldn't say, "Oh, it's because I'm dark skinned."
Or is it a fact?
No. No, it's his preference, and I wouldn't knock that. If he say, "Look, I'm on some shit where I'm not if you don't look at me like I'm up here, don't waste my time." Yeah. If I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you should think of me up here." No, if you think of, "Oh, she's some mid," don't ask for my, don't call me.
It's different.
I only want to talk to niggas that think I'm like be gorgeous. So if you don't, that's
who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to talk to?
Shout out!
Shout
out to the people. Shout out to the person that need to be shouted out.
Because when I look at Sabray, I'm not saying, "Oh, Sabray's ugly because she's dark skinned." No matter what complexion she is.
I just think that I think that it's all gonna be subjective. But I just also feel like how you feel about it, or whether you choose to forgive. Because I don't know this nigga for him to you know what I'm saying, to be giving him my forgiveness. I could just be like, man, fuck that nigga, keep it moving. But I think that's your own personal preference. It's not gonna be no collective with that, because everybody's gonna feel how they feel. Some people will shun a motherfucker for the mistakes or wrongs or bad narratives or bad takes that they've had their whole life, but expect people to respect their own growth as they grow and learn. So I feel like if I want people to respect my growth and everything like that, I have to, you know what I'm saying, I have to at least be open-minded enough to consider it. You know what I'm saying? So you got it's about whether or not you feel like it's genuine. To me, if you feel like it's genuine, then why not? Like,
hey, we here tonight.
We here.
I'm fucking with you.
I gotta respect a learning and a teaching moment for anybody, because I feel like it's so much stuff that contributes to how black people think about certain things for so long, especially when you're dealing with black people with money and stuff like that. Like, so much contributes to that mind state that makes them feel like white is right and stuff like that.
So you give them more flack, the black people with money versus the black people with no money?
I'm saying no. I just said especially. I didn't say only. I said especially. I'm just saying because
especially is like an extra like
because black people with money get exposed to certain things that black people without money don't get exposed to.
Yeah, but they most of them didn't have money.
Yeah, but you know what? If money don't change.
This is the no talk time.
He want to argue with my point when my point was already made.
Okay,
right.
So y'all can have a different point, but look, I'm saying, forget if it's a black person with money or no money. It depends on who has the most influence or who has, somebody that has, 100 followers on Twitter versus a Gilbert Arenas who may have 500,000 or 1 million or whatever. Yeah, their voice is going to spread further. So yeah, they should be corrected or, punished harder than a person that may have a little bit of followers because they actually have influence. It's not about money. It just usually money comes with influence usually. So that's the whole thing. I would say if we were to forgive Gilbert Arenas, he would have to apologize 5 more times or do 5 more things. Only because
with these damn parameters.
No, look, because he has disparaged us so many times. So you're going to have to admit that. You can't just say one time, you know what? I apologize for my cooning. Nigga,
I feel
you've
like
been cooning way too much.
I feel like repeated apologies start to look a little...
So what?
I feel
like it waters it down and makes it... I feel like you got to give a heartfelt apology and really just acknowledge the fact that I was...
actions.
For you to say, hey, look, exactly, because the biggest apology is change behavior. So you sit there and acknowledge, you know what? I was ignorant. I was a fucking coon. A lot of people won't say that out loud. Even though they've done coon shit. You own that you were a coon, own that you were wrong, apologize to who you need to apologize to, and then correct it going forward. But that will be the proof in the pudding.
Yeah, but look at the climate that we're in.
You don't do
a
that
lot of
shit.
people not trying to be on the wrong side of history right now. We are. This is this might be bigger than the civil rights movement because we have our reach is further.
I don't think so.
Well, then by that logic, you might as
only
well
time
not
will
trust
tell, Dave.
anything right now. That means
So,
you can't trust nothing right now.
It's not about not trusting. It's just that you're going to have to do more than that little Instagram story post for us to say, okay, we're going to take him off the coon
You
train.
just told us to forgive Park like 2 weeks ago.
Well, Park doesn't have a history of
Shit.
Mark Barnes
yes,
has
they
a
do.
history.
Yes, they do. All these black women coming forth talking about how they
We
was
didn't know
getting
they had a
hurt.
history until 3
Until
weeks
somebody
ago.
get well.
Either way, the point
guess you have
is
to know.
the point
Yeah.
is
You have to know.
you
No,
want
the-
us to
the
forgive
point
that
is-
black man.
No, the point is, we
Gilbert
a
has
selective,
been
we a
ignorant,
selective
though.
community,
No,
and
he's
each
definitely
different
not.
person decides who they want to forgive and who they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's very true. I just feel like
Oh,
if
shut
you're
up.
genuine and you can show through your actions and not just your words that you mean what you said, then it's okay to give you another chance. But
They won't-
only time will tell.
They want to cancel J. Cole over some
Hey,
tweets.
can you want to relax because that's not your lane. Thank you. Do you not hear this music?
You know what time it
Don't
is.
speak on my shit.
She has the events. She has all the poppin' topics that are current. When you hear this music, you already know what it is. When
I
you
can't
see
move
the
to go
clappers, you already know what time it is.
Oh, see, this is where you
If
lost
you
me
watching
at.
on
I'm
YouTube,
sorry.
you already know what time it is. It's time for Yada Yada with Yada. Yada, come on, let us know what we need to know.
Yo, what I said I was talking about today? It's like, no.
This nigga.
Nah, man, I'm feeling a type of way, and it's funny that Huffa kind of segued into one of my topics. But I just want to say, hey, no name, fuck you. Yeah, I said it. You're a whack ass bitch, and I think it's super lame. Like, so this no name character decides to call out essentially J. Cole, whether you want to, throw rocks and hide your hands or not. And I'm going to read the post. It said, poor black folks all over the country are putting their bodies on the line in protest for our collective safety, and y'all favorite top selling rapper is not even willing to put a tweet up. Niggas' whole discographies be about black plight, and they nowhere to be found. So obviously J. Cole kind of took offense to that because, I mean, when you talk about niggas' discographies being about black plight, who you think of?
Kendrick.
And who
Cole.
else? Kendrick and Cole. First of all, top selling rappers, Kendrick and Cole. So obviously he took offense to that because it's like, you know what I'm saying? So he basically felt like her tone came off just like condescending, which I feel like it did. So he had made a song or whatever, and he addressed that, among other things. It was nothing diss tracky about. He basically said like, okay, well, just because I got a degree doesn't mean I know everything. Why don't you teach me something? You know what I'm saying? If you know, then school me. And her attitude was like, nigga, you can read. Like, you know what I'm saying? And kind of carried it or whatever. He never disrespected her, nothing. Now, all these black women are, cancel J. Cole. He's a misogynist. And he attacked a woman. No, sweetie. She deleted those tweets where she dragged him, basically. And that's like, don't throw rocks and hide your hands. You worried about a tweet from a nigga who in the streets doing the work.
Right, he definitely was
This
out
is
there.
J. Cole we're
protesting.
talking about.
Yeah.
This man hardly tweets as it is. Everything he does is under the radar. You got to dig to find out that he's moving mountains in his communities and stuff like that. This man is in the streets with regular ass people, terrible looking dreads, which means the album's probably about to be fire. And you had the audacity to come at you picked the wrong person because you worried about a tweet. You worried about what he's tweeting about. No, I'm sorry. No tweet will ever be more effective than getting out there and doing the work.
something. Right.
This man is
Absolutely.
doing the work, so you picked the wrong dude to attack. You have the audacity of this bitch. That's the type of black woman that pisses me off. Because I'm sorry, J. Cole. No, you're not. First of all, Cole never gonna be canceled to me. You got it fucked up.
Can you add the applause, Sabre? Because that was
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
highly upset, and I'm very
Thank you.
disappointed in her as a woman because, Sabre, you preach this all the time. Now is not the time to be breaking down our men, especially not the men who out there putting in the damn work. Like, don't play with Cole like that. Don't ever play with him. Or Kendrick either. These niggas are in the streets.
Right,
They
yeah.
out here. They out here with the masses putting in the work. I'm sorry that he didn't tweet. He was too busy protesting. Mind your business. But then it's like for people to attack, like, no, sweetie, so you want him to, you mad because he didn't tweet about, and then when he responded, said basically like, oh, my tone was the issue. You need to focus on the issues. I'm like, oh, you mean the issues he was focused on before you hopped on dick about tweets or lack thereof? Bitch, get a life. Fuck out of here. If I see you, I'm going to spit in your face. I don't like that shit. Because you're not going to play with that black king. I'm sorry. That man is out here doing the work. And y'all bitches need to get it together. And
Wow.
I'm sorry, but I don't like that.
that's a solid point.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
disrespect the
Right. Of all people to call out, you gonna call out the ones who actually physically out here in the streets. Girl, get a life anyway. And another thing, did y'all peep that Marcus Houston, 38, is engaged to a 19-year-old.
super
And there was
Hold
a
on.
huge big thing about grooming and how he knew her before she was legal and essentially waited until she was an adult to date her.
That's what Jigga did. The Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Isn't that right? Isn't that what Russell Simmons did with Kamora?
That's what these. All right, go ahead.
You already know. A lot of times, not all. When women get past a certain age, they get stuck in their
Maybe when she was
ways.
20, but that's neither here nor there. It's like,
I'm just saying, they get stuck in their ways. They are uncoachable. They are unteachable. They can't. They're not open.
and that
They
is
are
impressionable.
bitter
It
a
goes
lot of
deeper
times.
than that,
They're
though.
bitter a lot of times because of with life. I'm a woman, with different situations. If a person scars you, that's going to create baggage. So if an older man of means has a lot of options, let's be clear, a 40-year-old man of means has a range between 18 and 60. He's going to go for the younger. I think 18
yeah,
is
but
too
I
young, but
but I feel like you shouldn't be like this. Is my thing though.
he shouldn't be rocking a cradle.
With
That's
her,
crazy.
how he met her was his
Chris Stokes.
manager,
Chris,
Chris
yeah.
Stokes. She's like a daughter to Chris Stokes, who's your peer.
Oh wow.
And that's the
And-
same
I thought it
nigga
was
that
his
was.
boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
Oh my god.
No, wasn't he?
Are you no longer
What the
peers?
fuck?
Even if you like, he's still his peer. I'm talking about from an age demographic, not whether or not he smashed a homie. I don't.
Oh, got you.
Look, that's his peer, and that's somebody who's like a daughter to him, and that's how you met her. That makes it very awkward. And I feel like just because something is technically legal
Right.
doesn't make it fucking not disgusting. Like
Yeah.
Slim,
But-
because it basically means like you just like you met that girl when she was like a KK. Like really, and it ain't even been.
But that's how I was talking about selective. Like,
Yeah,
that's what
niggas
Jay
look-
did to Beyonce. Nobody be talking about Jay-Z
But
like that.
is that really what he did though? Because
Fuck yeah.
I hear conflicting stories about when they met.
When
So, look, he rapping on
Crazy in Love.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
That's
right, right.
2002.
Blueprint.
How old is Sabre? I mean, how old is
She was like
Beyonce?
20.
Yeah.
He said they started dating when she was 21.
Hov was like in his what?
He's 12 years older than her.
That's crazy.
That's
right
a little
there.
bit of a smaller gap, but
That's like Dame and Aaliyah,
That's
right?
that's 18 years ago. How old
I
is
think they might
Beyonce
have got
right
a little
now?
closer. Beyonce
Yeah.
is pushing 39.
She 30.
Hov is
She been lying
50.
about. She be
She
lying
been
about
lying
her
about
age
her
for so
age, yeah.
long.
Hov is like 50
She's
something.
38. Hov is 50. He should be 51 this year, I think, because he's 12 years older than her.
He got her
She's
19
born in
years ago.
81.
She was 20.
She was born in 81.
Yeah, man.
She was 20. He was 32. I think that
That's crazy.
Yeah. And back then it's like for him, he had the power to date whoever he wanted to date.
And he had Aaliyah before that.
Exactly.
So come on now.
And I mean, he had Aaliyah, Dame had Aaliyah.
And nobody ever give them a bad rap.
Because I mean, I
That's
guess
why I said we're selective of who we want to.
how
like,
old is Dame now?
he older
Dame,
than Jay.
yeah, Dame is like 53. Dame is old as shit. Just
I-
fact
shout
check
out
it,
to
but
Dame
I
Dash.
think
I rock
that
with
nigga's
him.
like
Look.
yeah.
I like Dame. I like Dame. Oh, so, hey, has that been yada yada yada?
He's
out.
49.
Okay.
How old is Hov? Hov 51, right?
Aaliyah would have been 40 this year, so he's not that much older than her.
Okay, he's 13 years older than her.
Do you not know math?
Hold on, what did you say?
He's 9 years older
Aaliyah
than
would have
her.
been 40 this year. She's born in
And
79.
how old is Dame?
49.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
when he
Gotcha,
start
I'm sorry.
talking to her.
Not necessarily, because the age gap is the age gap. She dated him when
No,
she was
the-
what, 22? She died when she was 22. She started dating when she was what, 21? That means he was like 30. I mean,
But
yeah.
Jay had her before. Jay had her when she was like 18.
I mean, if we
Fresh
gonna really
off-
break that down, R. Kelly hit
yeah.
her when she was 15,
I
dog.
was
It
about
gets
to
Yeah,
say,
and
yeah.
look what
Wow.
and
It
look
gets-
what happened.
it
And look
gets
where R.
nastier.
Kelly is, and look where
Yeah.
Jay-Z and
it gets
Dame are.
nastier because them niggas
How
knew.
old is Hov? How old is Hov?
Them niggas knew to at least let it not be a crime. Like that don't make it
God
right.
rest her soul. They didn't even let her like do her own thing. They was just
Sorry,
you know.
I typed Jay-Z instead of Jay-Z.
This is
Sorry.
wild.
Okay.
Jay-Z is
He like 60.
he's 50. He was born in 69.
Oh, okay.
Nigga old as shit.
Wild as
Yeah,
shit.
he'll be 51 this year.
51.
Yeah, because he's 12 years older than B. She's gonna be
Yeah.
39.
He said, I can't have Aaliyah. I get B.
Hey, young, chill out.
Well, you know what? I mean,
do y'all
at the end of the
believe
day-
that if
Oh, I
Aaliyah
didn't
was
mean
still
to
a-
comment that, by the way.
Do y'all believe that if Aaliyah was still alive, Beyonce wouldn't be who she is?
Yes.
Beyonce
No.
was still, she would be
No.
Absolutely.
She would
No.
be bigger than
Aaliyah,
Because-
Aaliyah would be just
Aaliyah can't.
No,
I don't-
Aaliyah
She can't
can't
sing.
sing. She can't sing.
Real
She
quick,
could-
I was the biggest Aaliyah fan. That is a crock of shit.
She was talented
Absolutely.
as fuck.
Yeah, she was, but she wasn't stopping no Beyonce bags. I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
But
no.
I mean, it's This is all hypothetical. So who's to
And we
say
thought-
who would
And
have?
we thought Aaliyah could dance until you see Beyonce.
Or Sierra.
Right, till we saw Sierra, to be honest.
It's the same thing as Janet. Like me personally, I
Tiana.
don't
Janet
think
Jackson.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce is a better performer, like a better like overall performer than
Then
Janet.
Aaliyah? Oh, then
No,
No,
Janet.
that's
Janet,
the that's the closest. It
Okay.
ain't because it ain't
Yeah.
close
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Beyonce and Aaliyah.
Yeah,
Because
no,
Janet
no.
Jackson is
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she's
Dun,
the
dun, dun, dun,
blueprint.
dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun,
But I'm like, okay, and so I don't feel like Aaliyah would have been laying on her back with 8 months pregnant with twins, pressing on her bladder, singing Love Drought. But that's
Yeah,
just me.
but nah,
you know?
I do think Aaliyah would have been like the pinnacle.
I
of,
think she
like-
would have did her thing. I don't think she
Yeah.
would have shut any type of Beyonce bag down
Nah,
by any means. I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't believe that.
I think they would have been able to coexist.
Oh, yeah.
Rihanna and Beyonce coexist without
I
shedding
also
each
feel,
other's.
but I also feel like Rihanna can't sing either. I feel like these are two different lanes for me.
I think Rihanna's more Aaliyah Lane than Beyonce's Aaliyah Lane.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, all right. Thank you for that, Yada. First of all, let me get the round of applause for you. Thank you so much for the yada. Y'all can tune in every week for that. Clearly, it's necessary. All the passion and information she had in one segment is unmatched. All right, now. That may be a bad way to intro the next segment, but this, there are different situations in life, things that you go through, things that you're like, I don't know what I would do, but I wonder what Dave would do.
I don't
All
think
right,
that ever happens in life. But
Nah.
never.
it does now.
Believe it or not, people ask me for advice, and I do not know why. But
Tell them to forward them to a psychologist.
There's never going to be a moment in my life where I'm like, damn, I don't know
Hey.
what would Dave do.
How the nigga with this segment say, I don't be knowing what the fuck.
hey, you gotta keep it a buck, brother.
All right,
you know?
all right. This is what would Dave do? Dave, what's
All
the
right.
situation?
I seen earlier today. I seen a tweet. A gentleman said his current girlfriend, is still buying weed from niggas that she used to fuck. He said something to her. She said, "Nigga, you're immature, and you need to relax." What would Dave do? I'm giving you one time, bro. Hey, this is how I feel. I don't think you should be doing this. Like, I know y'all used to how y'all think, but you gotta be respectful of our relationship. If she called me immature, copy. I got you. That's it.
Wait. You
First
would
of
be
all-
talking to the weed man?
No, he said
No.
he was talking to his girl.
First
About-
of all,
oh, okay.
if she's paying for the weed, that pussy trash anyway, so you don't have anything to worry
But
about.
see, and like,
No, she's paying for it.
man, she's
Oh
opening
God,
that
you
shit
sound
right
like
up.
I saw that them niggas talking about something. My girl can't have no weed, her own weed, man. Nigga, I'll go get the weed. But I'm like, y'all niggas be smoking huff. No,
But hold
you're
on,
not about to have me Harry Potter huffing puffing.
So as a new smoker, right? If my girl smokes weed, should I go get the weed? Should she be going to somebody?
I have my guy. He got his guy. And hey, maybe there might be someday it might be a mingling of the guys.
But was your guy a guy that you used to talk to?
Yeah.
Because that's not. It's
Right.
a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I mean, damn, I'm supposed to just give up the fire because
But
we ain't
you
work out.
All right, I'm
There's other niggas out here with
But if-
fire.
Business is business.
But Yada, if we're a couple, right? We're smoking together,
Black
so you
owned
know that I'm
business.
smoking fire, right? You wouldn't be smoking Bush with
But I'm
me,
saying
right?
maybe you paying 75 a KD and I'm paying 50.
But
Maybe
y'all
you
can
need to come
make-
over to
Rashawn.
my weed man.
Or
What
maybe
if
I
it's
give you
a-
the 25.
But what if she's supporting a black-owned business? Like, this is the time to do
She
that.
still fuck that
Nah,
man.
I'm
So what?
insecure.
It's a lot.
I don't smoke, so this y'all.
But it's I think the thing is you can't be in a current relationship and he's feeling a type of way and call that man that you're with insecure
My thing
because
is
y'all
at
used
least
to
you're being
fuck.
transparent. You know what I'm saying? I could lie and say, "Oh, this is my weed man." You could never know I hit. If
You're
I
right.
tell you the truth, I feel
That's
like you
a-
should respect that.
So
That's
like,
true.
So if I'm comfortable with my massage therapist, because I
You got a point.
you
Keep
already,
going.
I already knew he was
Keep
about
going.
to reach for the heavens.
Keep
so
going.
look, it's my ex.
No,
but
because
I'm
there's
comfortable with her
no
hands. I don't
physical
like-
contact in the purchase of weed, nigga.
No, because I went to another therapist. She had alligator hands. I didn't like
No,
it.
there's
So I wanted to
no
go
physical contact associated with the purchase of
We're not
grass.
about to talk about hands, okay?
No,
sometimes
because
women
I
don't
could
get
pop
to
my
choose
trunk
their
and he could throw the
hands,
weed in my damn trunk and
You
keep
ever
it
dap
moving.
Sabray?
Huh?
It's like dapping
First
up
of all,
Mr.
relax.
T.
First of all,
Hey,
relax.
there's a little bit of insecurity in that. You know what I'm saying? I think because I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like because it's people out here who still friends with their ex. Are you
Alright.
gonna have a
Alright.
problem with
No,
her being
I know.
friends
Hold
with
on.
her ex?
Hold on. So, if you and your current boyfriend or whoever you're dating, and he was still, buying weed from, and she happens to sell weed. Would you feel comfortable knowing that they used to fuck?
If it's gas, I'm buying from her too. Shit, the fuck? Let's go. What you mean?
Oh, now it's
Give me a zip on your. You know what I'm saying? What you getting? I don't know. Man, I
You
feel
just
like
switched up, y'all. You just said earlier, I got a gas man. He got a gas
no,
man. Now it's
I'm not saying that we have to split it. I'm saying he had who he was already getting weed from. I have who I get weed from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's times where I'm like, damn, I need some tree. He might be like, hey, go holler at my mans or whatever.
I got one. Okay.
Here we go.
Me and Sabra in a relationship, right? I know. Okay. So look, we break up. I start talking to you, right? But she cuts my hair. She been cutting my hair for 10 years. Can I still go her to get my hair cut?
Yes.
All right, cool. That's fair.
Yes.
So I guess at the situation at hand, do you honestly think that man is insecure because he feels a way? Like,
I mean, high key, yeah, because I feel like it's at some point even if she's not getting weed from him, if you feel like your woman needs to go to whatever extent to avoid any type of contact with anybody she used to deal with, then you're being a little insecure. It's either you trust your woman or you don't. If she copping weed from the nigga, is she being transparent about who he is, but she didn't have to tell you. So if she's being transparent, yeah, we used to deal with each other, but I get it could be either or, but it's either you gonna trust her or you not gonna deal with her. I'm not gonna stress myself out like, oh, what if he fucked her again? Like, let me just tell you, it don't have to be her for him to cheat. If he gonna cheat, he gonna cheat.
Facts. Yeah. So I guess to end this segment, what would Dave do? I'm not doing that. Look, I'm giving you one time, because you might still be fucking that nigga for,
Because y'all and Sabra are literally
like,
in the minority.
Exactly.
She could still be fucking him without buying weed from him.
A woman that you're newly dating don't want you to have no contact with any woman that you used to date.
But they can still do
whatever the fuck. Yeah, cool.
I just feel like she don't have to buy weed from him to be fucking him. So if she gonna fuck him, she gonna fuck him.
Yeah.
Damn.
She not buying for the weed. That's what we trying to say. That's how she going to him.
Well, I don't smoke, but I feel like if your man
sucks.
has a problem, I can't
Again,
handle.
you're in the minority because I know what you're about to say.
I get high too fast. I get high way too fast, and I don't like.
You have to build up tolerance.
Yeah, and I don't want to. And I hate looking like. I hate feeling dumb, and when I smoke, I feel dumb as shit.
I've seen your rapper weed, Harvey. I'm so
So-
proud of you.
When I smoke, I feel like Einstein.
I feel
I come
dumb.
up with most of my ideas.
so
Let me
proud
be
of you,
clear. Let me be
you're
clear. I could come up with ideas, but I feel like I look dumb. I'm too paranoid when I'm high.
Gotcha.
So I just feel like, you know what? It's not for me. I feel like it's not for me.
A black man.
And I
Every
feel like
day.
a black man when I'd be like, swear to God, this is me. If I smoked right now, I'd be like, damn, my eyes probably close as shit. Oh my God, everybody gonna know I'm high. Let me open up my eyes.
We all go.
Oh my God.
That's
Oh shit,
how
I look
you
like
go.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Those
Oh,
are the
shit.
early beginning stages. Then you get to the point where you're just like,
Yeah, no, it's
What's
all
up,
good.
y'all? Is some
It's all
food in
good.
here?
It's all
we the
good.
mother's man.
And then it's just too much for me. But you know what? I understand we people are important. They're like doctors and lawyers and
Facts.
psychiatrists and all that. But if your man is not comfortable with it, if you used to fuck him, just if that's your man, if that's your actual boyfriend or husband, cut that nigga off. Like it's more
be
weed.
respectful.
Like
Fact.
be
Because I'm not going to
respectful.
get manicured from my
But see,
ex. You know what I'm saying?
I
She
would
just
want
told
to
me,
know what, but it's a deeper rooted issue. That's how I'm looking at it. It's not as simple as, oh, I just don't want you getting weed from that
maybe it's
nigga.
not a
Because
issue. Maybe I just don't want you.
to me, I would want to know why you don't feel comfortable because I'm in contact with
a
somebody
res-
If she
once
used
every.
to swallow that nigga whole, I'm
respect
not
thing.
feeling
It's a
comfortable.
respect thing. You know
It's
what I'm
other
saying?
niggas she swallow whole. You probably dap them niggas up at Rose Bar. Like, I mean, like.
But it's the difference.
I had something to say, but we going into the next.
All right. There are women out here that still asking Sean for advice, okay? They need.
Wow, this
Yeah,
shit.
Dave for advice.
Wow, this shit.
Why?
The world ending, bro.
You women are tripping. It's like,
Yeah.
They're wildin'.
Oh,
But
man.
Sean is very wise when it comes to dating and relationships. He's going to
not.
get, even if he doesn't follow the advice, it's going to be good advice because it's going to come from wisdom. Don't look at his life. He's like a do as I say, not as I
Right.
do. All right. What's the situation with the ex Sean this week, Sean?
So I'm actually going to switch it up because maybe like a couple of months ago we opened up the questions to women and men because
Yeah.
men want to ask questions too.
Right,
so
right.
I had a guy email me. He said, "Look, me and my girl, we never go out on, vacations. But she takes a girl trip like every 3 months and she never invites me. What's up with that? Is that a sign? Is she giving me some type of signal? Of course she is.
Yeah, definitely. It's no way in hell that you can be out with your girls taking trips to God knows where. I can't pull up on one of them. Even if, like, I could just pull up once. Like, pull up
Girls.
for a day and
So-
then just dip.
So
Wait, there was an ask Sean. Sean, what
I'm
was the
sorry.
sentiment
Yeah,
that
yeah.
she was asking about?
no, he was asking.
Oh,
about
he
his
was
girl.
asking about, yeah.
Yeah, so he's basically, should I be worried that my girl is out there messing with other dudes?
What were the details? That like were there multiple trips or like?
No, it's most. He said they take about like 4 trips a year. He's never invited, and she always says basically like, well, it's only a girl's trip, but she gets basically upset when he doesn't invite her out to like the guys things,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But he's like, well, that's not consistent, with your doing, and we don't even take trips together. So why are you taking all of these
Makes
trips
sense.
with your women friends, and we have not yet to take a trip?
Is he going to? Is why isn't he planned a trip? If you want to
So
go on a
of
trip,
course
with
you
your-
would throw that. Yeah.
No,
Of
I'm
course
not
you
even
make
trying to
the
make
victim.
No, I'm not making
seem
it.
like
No,
no,
I'm not
that's
saying that at
exactly
all.
what you're doing.
What I'm saying is, I feel like if I'm sitting back watching you take trips with your girl, and I'm like, I want to take a trip, I'm gonna plan a trip.
But who's to say that he didn't plan
But I'm-
a trip and
but
she
he-
would rather go out
See,
with
I
her
didn't get
girl?
on to
Now,
that.
if
This
you-
is just a little email.
Oh,
You're
okay,
right.
yeah,
We just
yeah.
Now, if you plan a trip and it's a red flag. If you like, well, boo, I planned a trip for us. We about to go to Barbados, and she
But why-
like, I ain't going on no trip with you. Then worry about
But
yourself,
why would-
King.
why would he
Worry
have-
about yourself.
So why would he have to? So if I'm planning 4 trips with my boys, it's up to you to say, hey, plan a trip with us.
Well, I'm not inviting you on a girl's trip because that's gay. It's like no,
But see, it's like, oh no, go. I'm sorry.
no, I'm not. I wouldn't invite my dude on any girl's trip.
Of course, no,
But
I
I feel
understand
like
that.
if you feel like I'm taking a lot of trips with my girls and you raise this concern, like let's take a trip. Now, if you don't ever broach the subject of y'all taking a trip together, and if then for her,
has, though.
but did she tell him no?
I mean, I didn't like I told.
Oh,
you,
that's
this
what I'm
is
saying.
like-
If she told him no, then yes,
why
he
do
needs to worry
women
about
al-
himself.
No, so this is what. Look, I was talking to somebody the other day. As soon as you say something about a man and a woman, a woman always makes an excuse for a woman. It's never like that when you tell a man, or maybe he did like this.
I would feel the
It's up
same
to
way
us.
if it was reversed though. If my nigga he take 4 guys trips a year, and I say, Stink, we ain't never been on no trips, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go to with such and such, and he like, all right, let's go. Then I'm
No, that's
cool.
not what you said. The first thing you said is, well, why he hasn't
Hasn't planned a trip.
Did
And
you
this
not
is
just hear what I,
recorded.
did you not just
It's
hear what I said?
recorded.
I said
I
if
heard
I
you.
go to my dude, he taking 4 guys trips a year, and I say, why we never take no trips? Well, you know what? I'm making a trip. We going to such and such, and he say, yeah, he with it. Then we good. But if he like,
look,
nah, then I'm gonna look at you like,
so my guy-
so you can go with them, but you can't go with me.
So my guy, your girl's cheating on you.
Oh,
she
my
thinks
God.
your sex game is weak. She's probably going to the same place because she got a boyfriend there. You need to leave her, or you need to like what y'all have said. Now, honestly, I don't know if you have, and maybe that you have, but you say, hey, I want to set up a trip for us. I want to pay for everything, because if you pay for everything, she don't have no excuse.
But
That's the,
Facts.
the ultimate question is he on man time?
Well, I don't know
he
what they
is,
got to do.
look. I
No.
think he is on main
No.
time. 'Cause guess what? To be around for your girl to take 4 trips and not take one for you, like you see something and
Oh, good. You see something in what?
you see something in her. Like he's invested in.
But see,
he's
I
invested
was
in her, he
Planning
doesn't-
these trips. Is it her girlfriend? Because all of us
Women
women
be
have
lying.
It doesn't
women
matter.
in
Women
friend
be lying.
circles.
She's still attending the trips. She could easily compromise and
But
be like,
you
hey,
Am I supposed to stay
you
home
can
because
come
you
with me
being
if you
born?
want to.
No, it's a girl's trip.
Women got.
She been on 4. Why she can't
Okay,
come on the
women
last
won't-
one?
Why you don't get no guy friends? Where are your friends?
No, didn't we play Flued Out? Why is that nigga not fluing her out?
Fluing
her
her
out? Because it sounds like a 50-50 relationship.
You don't fly your
Oh,
girl
yeah.
out.
Yes, you
automatically
do.
Pay it out. You just,
Yeah,
coming
already
with you.
She's getting flued out because
She's
you're
coming with you.
okay.
oh, so
and-
hold on. Are you? So your man can take 4 guys trips without you?
If we doing 4 couples trips, sure.
No.
That's
4 guys trips.
And none with me? No,
That's-
absolutely not. You know what I'm
So-
saying?
so
No.
you-
So
So
you
are
would
you
feel
asking
away,
yourself-
right?
I would definitely feel
So
away.
are you asking yourself, why am I not doing this? So I'm not doing it. Or are you asking him?
I'm like, look, I need it. You going out with your friend? You got 4 trips planned? Then you better plan 4 trips with me too.
Women
What
gonna
you
make
need me to
excuses.
do?
You
for
about to
other
get
women.
dumped like shit. It's like, nah,
We going on.
I
You
just-
traveling 8 times this year. You
I
balling.
just
That's
feel
what's up.
like if you going on trips with your friends or whatever, which I'm not going to knock, you allowed to have a life outside of me. But I feel like now if I'm trying to plan a trip with you and you keep telling me nah, but you can go on trips with them, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, well, let's go on a trip, and you like, well, what's up? Let's go. Where you want to go? Whatever. Then it's like, okay. But some people will complain about what they girl doing or what they man doing, but you ain't never broached the subject for real.
They put all the onus on the nigga.
I just
So
said
anyway,
it could
my
go
nigga,
either
look.
way.
So look, on my segment, watch your back, big homie.
Anyway,
That's a sign.
No, for
All right?
real,
And you
seriously,
deserve
though.
better, King.
Because-
you deserve better.
You-
Yeah, that
I
queen not
heard-
treating you right, brother.
No, I heard
really
that
hate you in
bitches.
that word.
No. I heard that bitches. I'm sorry.
Queens.
Women.
Queens.
No, not
You're
queens.
not on man time.
I heard women do be going out of town doing one night stands.
That's what they
I
do.
heard that.
My
Everybody-
I
brother-
did not. So
some
when
women,
I-
everybody don't do that.
I did not know that it was that frequent
It's
until
that-
men kept telling me like, yeah, I met this girl on a trip and she let me, you know what I'm saying?
man lived-
and because I remember I've gone on girls trips, so I'm like,
and
You're
one
not
night,
my own nigga.
and
I'm
one
not
night
about to-
stand it, didn't
like
you?
we
It's like,
no, we met or we talked or whatever, and maybe we kept in contact, but we didn't fuck on that. I mean,
But Sabray, you're thinking
have sex on
this
that
is
trip.
the issue with
I
every,
know.
No,
I did not know that.
No. I'm just saying this is the issue with every subject. You say like, "Oh, I'm a good dad," but that doesn't mean that it's not deadbeat dads. You know what I'm saying? I protect women, but that doesn't mean that it's men that protect the woman. My man, he born and raised in the United States, moved to Jamaica. He said, "Yo, as soon as like you see those planes come in, you know you about to get some pussy because that's what women
Wow.
coming down there for."
You know, white women or black women?
I've never traveled
Women.
anywhere
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
for
you
the
know,
smithereens.
you mentioned something.
That's funny.
Even
That
when I'm
was funny.
single, like
Yeah. It
Well-
does happen though frequently.
It does happen
No,
all the
I
time.
didn't say
Oh,
that.
and speaking of, you brought up fathers. Shout out to all the fathers. Okay, I want to make sure y'all. If this past Sunday was Father's Day. I tried to. What was it? It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yesterday was Father's Day. I tried to shout out as many fathers as I could.
put
Listen,
them damn claps off. They loud as shit.
hold on. I know. Hold on. Look. So I'm gonna just let them rock. But look, I'm a barber, right? Most of my clients are men.
Stuttering Stanley, you
No,
okay?
because I had to. I'm sorry. I'm stuttering Stanley
I
right
bet
now.
she don't know what movie that's from.
Listen.
You
No,
know
I
what movie
don't.
that's from?
No, but I had to stutter because I was trying to cut the claps down. But I really wanted to make a point to shout out all the fathers. I cut some amazing dads. They always go overlooked. I don't want it to go overlooked. In the black community, your average dad is a phenomenal dad.
You cut any
And-
deadbeats or no? It's like
Not that I know
If
of.
they tip good, she doesn't give a fuck.
Listen, I'm not here to judge you. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen with my own eyes some dads like they compromise with the women. You know what I'm saying? All the time, and even when they don't have to, and they just demolish their leverage because just to make it, the best smooth way possible for the co-parenting situation. Wow. And then even when they're married, I see just phenomenal dads all the time. So I just want to really give a special shout out to them. I am one of those people who most of their clients are men, so you have to make sure you overextend for men for their day. So shout out to all the fathers. And then also I want to shout out to Core. I don't know if y'all familiar with the black owned store. They
started out Wheaton, then moved to Pentagon.
Yeah, they have a location at the harbor, and every time I go, it's always phenomenal customer service. And they actually styled me for this week's photo shoot when I got some clothes from there, so I could tag a black-owned business.
Just like a woman to put.
They styled you or you shopped there?
I mean, both. I shopped there, but they didn't just treat me like a regular customer.
knew
They
they
like,
said
where
that.
I
are
hope you
going?
coming with that fire. Please.
It's
What
gonna
we
be
do-
fire, trust me. But they
Right.
style me and everything.
If it don't
Shout
style,
out
we
to
find your
shout
ass
out
up.
to Thomas. And that's the thing. You always just have to be a nice person, like all the time. Just it should be a part of who you are. Because I met him. He was helping style me along with this other young lady who was working at the register. She's also a stylist, and they were both working with me with different outfits and stuff like that. I didn't know that he was the owner until he said, I took a picture, I tagged you in it, So when and I had my app deleted, but I was like, okay, when I log back in, I'm gonna look at it or whatever. And so it was an owner, and shout out to him. He was wonderful, great customer service and
solid
everything. He a solid guy. So shout out to them at Core. They have a couple of locations in the DMV area. That's a Black-owned clothing store. So shout out to them. And then before we get up out of here, I want to leave you guys with
A poem.
I was about to say, is that a
No,
poem?
what the fuck is this? A diary? And
Fucking
Frank?
sonnet.
Actually, you know
a
what? I'm gonna
limerick
save
like-
that. No, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save
Schedule
that.
planner? The
No.
fuck is that?
So
It
I
look like
definitely write
Cheesecake
things
Factory
down.
menu. Look at it, y'all. Pull it up. That's how
That is how the Cheesecake Factory menu look.
I write things down all the time. So anyway,
That shit 28 pages of bush.
it's a fucking Bible. Golly.
we are out of time.
I would like to order from Philippians 3:38.
Ephesians chapter 3.
We are out of time. I'm about to cut your audio off. We are out of time. And this has been No Disclaimers Podcast. Make sure you tune in and watch us on YouTube. Listen to us
can I
on
have the
SoundCloud and Apple
Moses
Podcasts.
on-
And we will
on
see
the
you
rocks?
next time, baby.